But that means that we have to change something. If we're going to talk about liberal religion or liberal faith, we have to change the word faith itself. I have suggested to you that our task in this church is to live faithful lives, and that brings all those theological questions into play. And I'm not going to disagree with those of you who struggle, but I think we have the wrong idea of faith. For example, when two people get married, they frequently promise to be faithful to one another. Does that mean they believe in the other person's theological eminence? No. If you're a Marine, you say semper fidelis. Does that mean always go to church? No, it means be loyal and true, to honor your commitment to the other person, to your nation, to the organization. At its heart, to be faithful means to be loyal, to be reliable, to be connected in a way that identifies the other with yourself. Well, then what should we be loyal to? Well, maybe God is an answer, and for some people, that's a great answer. And mind you, billions arrive at a variety of different laws and systems to help them try to live out God's will. I have no quarrel with that at all. But again, most of those laws, the vast majority, tell you how to treat each other and not how to treat God. And yet, most of the time, what do we hear in the quarrels between religions? Which songs to sing, which prayers to say, what should the confession of faith be like? We obsess about small things as a nation and overlook the great camel in the room, which is being true to that which matters. Now, common to all three Abrahamic faiths, but I think embedded everywhere, is the notion somehow that each person that lives is, well, the phrase is the image of God, but precious, unique, unprecedented, and never to be repeated. This is what I think starts our ways of living faithfully. To live faithfully would be to move toward treating every person as though they had something so unique and precious and priceless that we would do almost anything to protect it. Women are still under the heels of men. Children, unprotected and abused, are put to work in slave labor to this day. Nations wary and hostile devote millions, billions to guns and leave their people to starve. Societies do without water. People are stricken with poverty such that over 1 billion live on less than $2 a day. Yes, it is better than ancient times. But if every person is unique, unprecedented, and never to be repeated, every person's life that is wasted by the way we treat each other is a gift that has not been received by the rest of us. We are all impoverished by the loss of even one person's gift and power and glory. That's what I suspect we wish to be faithful to. Why we wish to liberate our minds and grow our souls and change the world so that everyone can be free and everyone can be strong and everyone can contribute. And that's what it would mean if we really treated one another as if we were children of God. Now, of course, most of the traditions we look around talk about peace and prosperity and a just world or even paradise. But you know, again, that's not the point. That's the result of doing it right. You don't go for that. You go for liberating, animating, and agitating until every person is complete as possible, living a life that gives completely its unique blessing. Creating a just and peaceful and secure world can't happen if there are people out there still robbing and stealing and thieving and being suppressed. Liberate the people and they will create the world. You cannot create the world and then expect them to enjoy it if they are still enthralled, suppressed, and suppressed. This, then, I believe, is the real underlying hope of liberal religion, that no matter how it is expressed, that each person comes fully alive. In a sense, we are each incarnations of God. Each of us is the Christ. Each of us is Messiah. Each of us is Adam or Eve or whatever methodology or any mythology you want. See, my mind doesn't work in church. I'm much better in a bar. I struggle to get it out because it is such a powerful feeling that I can't find words adequate to it. Try to read not my words, but try to find my heart in these words. It's not about believing at all. It's about being faithful to the ultimate possibility in all of us, because all of us are all that God has present on the world. There was a wonderful phrase on one of the Catholic churches in town that I don't even know if they realized how true it was. It said, "We are the only body Christ has in this world." Yes, that's it. We are the Christ. We are the prophet. We are the Messiah. We're the people we're waiting for. We are the change we're asking for. We're the promised land, or we're not going at all. And I got to tell you, it's not just us that have this. I've met some women religious in Catholic orders who make us look really lousy at freeing the mind, growing the soul, and changing the world. As far as I'm concerned, they're part of Fountain Street Church, whether they know it or not. Avraham Heschel, the great rabbi of the 1960s and 70s, asked why he went down to Selma to help Dr. King march across the bridge. And as he did, he went across the bridge and he said, "Look, my legs are praying." He's a member of Fountain Street Church. Saadi, the great Persian poet, and reminding us that one deed is better than 100 head bowings, that worship is nothing other than serving the people. He's a part of Fountain Street Church. Whether they come here or not, it is not about what you call yourself, Muslim or Christian or Jewish or agnostic or anything else. If you are liberating, animating, and agitating for a world that is better than this one, you are part of liberal religion.